Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and I understand I need to change my Uber rental strategy. I'm being instructed by a comment that I need to rethink my Uber storefront rental strategy. And let's talk about this a little bit. And I'm going to read the comment to you from this individual, and then I'm going to discuss my strategy one more time so we can get an understanding on why it works for me and the way it does. All right, so here, let me read the comment first and we'll go from there. Okay, so hang with me. If you're new here, hang on to the end of this video. We're going to talk about some things that might help Uber drivers. If you're a driver, you may want to hang on today. Okay, let's get into this. You pay, now I've discussed this before, I pay $380 a week for an Uber rental through Avis. I've discussed this so many videos, but I mentioned it in a video, I think it was yesterday, day before, and it kind of set somebody off to comment. And let's finish this comment. You pay $380 a week. That's $19,760 a year. Thank you for doing the math for me. And that's before you make any money. I pay $309 a month, or $6,108 per year. I have progressive insurance with rideshare. Good job on that. You've been listening. So that's not an issue. I drive a Tesla fueled by solar. Interesting. So that's not an issue. And I agree. Hey, do the electric. That's what I'm doing. Okay. We're going to discuss that a little bit. My car will be paid off in 18 months. We'll discuss that in a second here. And everything I make from that point on will be profit. I think you should rethink your strategy. All right, someone's instructing Daddy-O to rethink his strategy. So let's talk about that. Yeah, I pay $380 a week. With that $380, I don't worry about a whole bunch of stuff, all right? $19,760 per year. I hadn't done the math on that because I don't give a rat's ass, to put it bluntly. It doesn't matter. I've talked about this before. I make enough money to that $380 a week I don't think about. All right. I've talked about things on this channel that will help you make more money. All right. I do Uber in a different way, and I've tried to explain that to some people, and I get comments from people. So comment, let me know what you're thinking. I get comments from people that are doing my strategies, that are playing this game, or said they've been playing it before they ever saw my videos. There's a strategy, a way of going about doing transportation. Let's forget Uber for a minute, okay? There's a way of doing transportation that if you doing certain things, you playing certain little games, it's a hustle. Uber's a hustle. Come on, transportation's a hustle. All right. If you're just going out and working Uber and saying, okay, well, what runs you got for me today? Okay, that's what I'm going to do today. That's my day. All right. Hey, this will work for you, commenter. That kind of stuff will work for you. But there's a strategy to Uber, a method of doing Uber that takes Uber to a definite profitable situation, so that you don't worry about the $380 a week for someone to. In that 18 months, it's going to take you to pay off that vehicle. I'm going to go through at least 3 more vehicles renting. All right. In that next 18 months, I will probably go through. I'll go through at least 2 more, and I'll probably be in the 3rd one in 18 months. All right. And I haven't worried about none of the other stuff that comes along with owning a car to go out and do Uber. All right. I'm not going to rag out. I've ragged out vehicles. I'm not going to rag out a Tesla with solar, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to rag out something like that I own to go out and pack hundreds of people in my vehicle every year and drive them somewhere. No. I told you about the Hyundai I just had. Did a video on the Hyundai that I turned in before this one. All right. In the period of time, the 8 months I drove that one, it was right at 8 months. In the 8 months I drove that vehicle, it showed, I got it like it was brand new. It showed signs of wear and tear. like a normal vehicle will. When you're packing in people and luggage and people and luggage and people and luggage, and you're going out and using that vehicle every day, your personal vehicle, you're tearing it down. The depreciation, I did a video the other day, someone brought up about depreciation is more important than gas. I don't think about depreciation, all right? I think about getting up and going to work. I don't think about the mileage I'm putting on my Tesla solar. I don't think about those kind of things. I don't think about the progressive rideshare insurance. I don't think about the finance company finding out that I'm doing rideshare. If you haven't told them, I don't know if you've told them about that yet. I don't think about those kind of little things. They don't matter, all right? The only thing that matters to me, and I mentioned the other day in the video, is getting up, getting in my vehicle, having it fully charged, ready to go to work, hitting that damn button up there and going to work. That's it. I don't think about nothing else. It's no, except getting my chocolate milk. I mentioned that the other day. Getting my morning chocolate milk. That's my morning, let's go to work kind of thing. But anyway, I don't worry about a whole lot of things that other drivers have to worry about. And I've talked about there's ways to make money with Uber. All right. So that little $380 a week, I showed, I think in the last video I did the other day, that in that 5 hours I had worked that day now, I had already done $150 in Uber money. There's a difference sometimes. In Uber money that day, I had already done $150. But it's playing the simple games that I've tried to instruct people on here before to do. So when I get comments from people that are just saying no, it kind of makes me chuckle. It kind of makes me go, oh, they just don't see the whole picture. I've been doing this a long time. So when I get comments from someone that's just saying, no, I got this going on, I'm proud of you. Hey, I'm proud of this person. They have figured out a way, apparently, that they want to do their Uber. And that's what everyone has to do. The things I express on here are my opinions, because I've been doing transportation a hell of a long time. And over the years, working for other companies that were more uppity, premier than Uber, I learned that playing their games worked doing the high-end stuff, all right? That's why today, and I've told you, I focus on high-end transportation. I focus on the resorts. I focus on the fancy restaurants. I focus on the clientele. I don't focus on Uber. I don't focus on that. I focus on the clientele that Uber's wanting to offer me to put in my back seat. And then I'm working them at my angles to not worry about that $380 a week. All right. And I've expressed this kind of stuff before in videos. So if you're interested in that, you can go watch some of that kind of stuff. But Uber's not hard. It's just you got to have a strategy when you get up in the morning. I've told you turn on that Riders app. You go look at that, see what's your competition in, competition. And I got a comment also on that video when I made that. Let's go ahead, if you're still hanging on, let's get this out real quick. Just when you bring up the Riders app, and I try to explain it in the video. I should have highlighted it more because I had a comment about it. When you bring up the Riders app, what you see on there, however many drivers you see, doesn't mean that's how many drivers in your area. Some of those, there may be drivers in the area that are not signed on, or they're on a run, I should have said. They're taking someone somewhere, so they don't show up on the map. All right. When you're on a run, you disappear from the map also. All right. So I should have said that. I did say that, but I should have highlighted it, I guess, a little bit more when you use it. But use that Riders app. It's important to your daily planning on how you're going to approach Uber. Find out what's going on. I've done videos on this. But anyway, that $380 a week that I pay, this is my strategy now, okay, is enhanced by what I do when I get peeps in the car. All right. And I've expressed this in videos before. I don't worry about the fare. I worry about where am I picking people up at, or where am I picking someone up and taking them to. If I'm picking up someone in a regular place, but they're going to a high end, I'm trying to get that run. Those are the runs I focus on. All right. Now I do work I'm available, I should have said, for Uber 7 days a week. Doesn't mean when I'm out here, I'm always doing Uber. All right. And if you're interested in that, it's in the join section on the videos. But anyway, yeah, Uber's easy to do. I have to comment when I get comments like this because some people just don't get it. I'm glad that you found a strategy that works for you. And on my videos, I'm only expressing my strategies and what I know works. And I know how to make them work. I know how to get that cash out of that back seat. I've learned games. This video has gone way too long. See what a comment does? So comment. Tell me what's on your mind today, all right? Subscribe, ring the bell, do the thumbs up, do all that kind of stuff. I got to go sign on again. I've already made some money this morning, but it's midday here. It's mid-morning here. It's still that early. Oh, geez. I'm ahead of myself today. Daddy-o out. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. Comment. Bye.